Alright guys, we're back. I decided to make it a two-part video, just, it'll make it easier. There's not a whole lot I want to cut out of the other video, because I feel like the other one gives you a good detail of what the gun is, parts, stuff like that. Um, I put the links to everything that I purchased uh, in the description of that video, and I'll put it in the video description of this video. But I figure what we're going to go ahead and do, and this is the reason I'm going to do a two-part. I'm going to go ahead and change everything out on this bad boy and make it into my rough DMR. I kind of been toying around with stuff for about 30 minutes. I didn't do anything. I've been just kind of feeling things out, if you will, trying to figure out some stuff. Um, First and foremost, I strongly recommend kind of pulling everything out, looking at everything, kind of get a vibe for how things are going to go. Um, Especially if you're going to do it something like this where you're recording, but just so you can understand visually how things are going to go before you go through and put all things together. One thing I will say with the suppressors, this is me being an idiot, there's a little set screw right here. I didn't back that off, and I was just kind of test fitting it on my barrel, and I kind of messed up the threads on my barrel, but it's cool. It's just the very top threads, nothing major. I was able to kind of repair that. So, I guess first and foremost, we'll disassemble. Sorry, I don't have a good setup. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, filming of this nature. As you can probably tell, because this is the only video in my whole thing like this. Um, so I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he was asking me some questions. So I just disassembled the old hopper and stuff. Not using it anymore, so it doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and just toss that somewhere. So again, I'm gonna apologize. I'm probably gonna shake a lot. I'm on a laptop, and the screen. My desk is not super stable. I'm getting a new desk soon that'll hopefully be a lot more stable, and the laptop will be up higher, and I can angle it back down, and you can see the whole desk. But I tried to put it in frame, but I could probably bring it down just a hair bit more so you can see. I mean, it's not like you really need to see my glowing fucking forehead, so let's see here. We'll go ahead and put it like that, and that way it's somewhat in frame. So this is a basic hand grip system. I went ahead and already took off the flash suppressor muzzle device, whatever. With this style, the more traditional style, you just have this lock ring. You just pull that back, bottom half will come out, top half will come off, and you have just your straight outer barrel with your gas tube and your gas block. So to get this off, I don't think you have to. I've taken this off once before, but I forgot already. So I'm just going to go full through the whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and take off the gas block / iron sight. It's just 2 Phillips head screws on this particular model, 2 Phillips head screws. Get my trusty little laptop tool, whatever, my little precision screwdriver, that's what it's called. And I've kind of taken this off a few times before I purchased everything. I was just kind of goofing off, tearing this thing apart, putting it back together, tearing it apart. Kind of in a way to learn how I could take it apart and stuff. So once you loosen those, it should... I apparently didn't loosen it enough. You don't really have to back them 100% out. I don't think. Now I feel like you do. Oh, that one's just really long. So once they're unscrewed, you can literally just slide it off. The gas tube will come with it. Take that off. Take your fucking ring off. And then this guy. So if you have an AR tool, great. But otherwise, you could just squeeze down on it, kind of get a grip on that serrated or gnarled part, and just give it a slight twist. And then once you break that, you can pretty much just pull opposite. So first you want to push it in, exposing that ridged part, go ahead and pop it and get it broke. And then what I do, once it's broke free, I pull towards the end of the barrel, just apply pressure and twist it. And it's usually enough tension that it'll start backing the threads off, like so. And then once you get that out, that'll just pop right off, and you're done. And then you got your really lonely upper. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this stuff off to the side real fast. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna put the new outer barrel on. Cannot believe I just forgot what that is called. And I gotta figure out exactly which direction it goes. Okay, so it's gonna be hard. So you can see the pattern there. You got a wide bottom and then 3 points, and then this has kind of a same. Whoop, come on, where are you at? There we go, same design. So it should just go in. It should pop together, but it's kind of not. Looks like my top tab is a little thicker on the new barrel. Alright, we're just going to leave it like that and hope that the nut will lock it down. So let's go ahead and... So this has got a bunch of different positions. That way when you put the handguard on, it's going to be in its proper spots. I'm assuming. Alright, so we got... There's some washers in here to space it, looks like. I don't know if I need them though. We're going to go ahead and install them. So there's these, sorry, I apologize. Comes with these little washers. It goes right here in this end. I think I'm just going to throw them all in and I'll take them out as needed. I just feel like probably with this gun being the more budgetary gun it is, it probably is going to need them all. I don't know though. I could be totally freaking wrong. So we'll go ahead and slide that bad boy down on there. Yeah, so I probably need to take some of those out, because see how that's not very far back on there. So we'll go ahead and... Actually, let me just take them all out, because it looks like that... Just give it a couple taps on the counter there. Alright, that still doesn't seem quite right. I really feel like that's supposed to be touching. So, we're going to have to do a slight modification, I think. And that's only because this is such a more budgetary gun that I feel like you're going to have to do this slight mod. Basically, this little tab right there is slightly larger than the notch up here for it. So, I'll just pull my razor out and see if I can notch this a little wider. Make sure, like, I would imagine you want to try and make it as even as possible. Like, just take off the same amount as possible on each side. I would pull my Dremel out, but it's not for this, not right now. I can just goof off and eyeball it. But yeah, I would probably recommend doing it with more of a precision to it than just taking a razor blade to it, but The nice thing about this is all these parts can go on another gun if I totally screw this one up. So, alright. See if that's better. Much better. That actually gets me a tight fit. So, I don't know if you can see that. Just widen that with a razor. Just skimmed out the plastic a little bit. Just to get that so it'll seat all the way. I need to get that at the right angle so I don't cross thread. I feel like it keeps wanting to cross thread. Back it off a little bit so I can get this actually going on here. So that's the other thing I don't like about polymers, is it's plastic on metal. And you're talking about easy cross-threading issues. There we go. Alright. So there, it's a lot closer. Almost no threads exposed. So that's what I want anyways. Alright, so with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead. I know I'm probably not doing this the exact proper way. I'm just really antsy to see what this is going to look like. Okay. So as you can see, it's ribbed, and you gotta, get it on the right ribs so that it lines up properly. So, okay, so it's not 100% lined up, but you can see there's a slight difference in height. On that side it looks fine, but that's because it's not 100% on mine. There we go. It's actually, nope, it's right on. Look at that, right on. So this is, that's that big notch for the polymer butt. But look at that, nice, solid, long freaking Picatinny system. That is fabulous. Now, question is, so we need to get this just slightly tighter if we can. Okay, so me holding it there, that looks great, but it's actually not quite there. It actually is gapped just a hair. Okay, so sorry about that. So there is a slight gap, so meaning this is not, the nut is not back quite far enough. I'm not really sure if I can get it back any further without some major damage, but we're gonna try. Yeah, I don't think that's an option. Are all the washers out? Yep, all the washers out. So this is butt to butt here. So you know what? Cheap gun, not worried about it. We're just gonna get it together, and that slight gap is not really something I'm super concerned about. You're not really gonna notice it, and if I repaint the gun, I may put something over that so that it's not visible. Alright, so so what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of install this preemptively because it's a torque. It needs to be just cantered just a hair, and I don't think I can get it with my hands on that piece. So all the screws that adhere the handrail to the lock nut or the barrel nut are Allen keyed. So we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, too big. We're going to go through every Allen key I have before I get the right one. So, I'm just going to put a couple of these in just to give me something to grasp with. And I don't know if I'd recommend doing this because you may tear something up, but I'm going to blame it on me being a noob and me supposedly not knowing any better. So basically, what I show you here what I'm dealing with. So you can see it's slightly off. So I'm wondering if I can tighten the barrel down a little bit more. Just slightly overdid it. Man, I just overshot it by like a fraction of a hair. I'm more worried I'm going to break this polymer piece than I am anything. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on it alone. Holy shnikes. I freaking tighten that down. Maybe probably too tight. Yeah, don't do that. don't do that. All right. And I don't have any strength in my right hand, so this is not helping. Let's do this. Give us a little more leverage. Okay, we're back. There we go. All right, so I broke it back free. Let's get it lined up. All right, we are Picatinni'd lined up. Look at that. So you can see straight down. This is really awkward because I can't see myself. All right, we are pretty much lined up. So, yeah, screw it. Can't find that other piece right now. So, now we're going to have a 15-inch barrel, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and put the suppressor on. Because, again, I'm antsy. And I want to see what this thing's going to look like. And this is a 14 millimeter negative 14 twist. And I got to be kind of careful because, like I said, I screwed up the threads earlier because I was being stupid. Go. And of course I messed up the top thread, like the very top one, so there we go. Alright. Oh man, that is so cool looking. It's cool looking to me anyways. That's epic. That is epic. Alright, so we can go ahead and throw the last 2 screws into the handguard here. Get that fully locked down. Now, when it comes to the lower, I'm going to change the buttstock system out as well, but that'll be my next round, basically. I'm going to change it out for an SRU, I think is the brand. Makes it more of a, more like a bolt action rifle kind of, hunting rifle kind of buttstock. Just kind of gives the gun a totally different, really different, unique appearance in my mind. And once I get to that, I'll post descriptions and stuff in the link as well. So let's go ahead and throw in the inner barrel. Again, I apologize for shaking the screen. I know it's annoying. Alright, so I don't know. This is the out end. So also, while we're doing this real fast, this is a 6.3 type bore, or not a super type bore. There's also a 6.1. I'm totally sorry, a 6.01. This is a 6.03 barrel. To give you a quick point of reference, this is the stock barrel that came in it. This is the new barrel. Let's see if I can. There we go. Let's see if you can see. You can see, I mean, this is the bottom, or the top of the old barrel, and then that's the top of the new barrel. Significant difference, but it's going to be really hard to tell. You can kind of see that brass is slightly larger. That's the best I can do. Alright, so I don't know. Came with some washers here. But the old one didn't have washers on it, so I have no idea what the washers are, or the little gaskets are for. So we're just going to move on to the hop-up assembly. And I'm sure I'll regret that, and I'll figure out what the hell that other stuff's for later. Alright, so this is the other thing. So, as you can see, opening the packages for the first time. So that's the factory hop-up. It's got, you know, this, wow, I keep getting out of focus. Hop-up turns kind of on the side this way. The new one is a side rotary. It has a lot more resistance to its rotation. I was gonna buy the one that locked, but they were out of stock of them. So this one, there's better quality ones, there's higher grade ones. Again, this is kind of my first build, so I wasn't too concerned about it. So we're gonna go ahead and put this together. And you have to build the hop-up. You gotta put it together, so it doesn't have the internals on it right now. There it is. Alright, give me a second. I'm about to. So we're gonna end it here. We'll jump back into it later.